Start by rolling the head down, folding, hinging through the hips, and walking ourselves out into a plank. Take a breath here. Think about pulling that belly button in towards the spine, pushing the floor away from you. And then we're going to keep the core nice and braced as we walk the hands back up into our fold. Maybe bend the knees a little bit as you need, and we'll roll back up. Roll through the shoulders. We're going to do this 5 times, so we'll roll back down. Again, bend the knees as you need. Walk the hands to your plank. Brace through your core. And keeping the core strong as you walk the hands back. Roll the shoulders. Moving at your own breath, at your own pace. And on our last one, we'll stay in that plank position. And we're going to begin to pull the knee in towards the elbow, just kind of working it into some range before we place it next to our hand, and then pushing strong through our back leg. We're just going to rock a little forward and back, working through ankle mobility on both sides. You can bring your hand to your knee and kind of push your knee to the pinky toe and towards the big toe. Maybe try some circles each direction. And then keeping that opposite hand down, we're going to rotate up towards the ceiling, reaching and pushing away from the ground. And we're going to do that 5 times, rotating through your whole mid-back. You can exhale as you rotate. And then we'll step that foot back, bring the knee to the elbow a few times, work through the mobility. And then we'll plant that foot next to the hand, push down through the back leg, do some forward and back rocking. Move around in some circles or a little side to side. And then we'll begin the rotation, pushing down through that opposite hand, rotating through the mid-back. So reaching and pushing as you rotate. We want to try and kind of keep those hips symmetrical in line, so not too much dropping or sagging through the opposite side, strong through your core. And then stepping back, walking the hands back, rolling up. And then we're going to step into a wide-legged position. If you're feeling tightness to the inside part of the leg, you can also just pull the big toes in. We're going to karate chop the hips back, and then kind of lean into it, into your fold. You can hang out here. Breathe into your back ribs. And as you feel ready, you can walk it over to one side. Welcome to kind of straighten those toes out if they were in. Feeling some stretch to the outside part of the hip. You can get a little rotation here if you'd like. Walk it over to the other side. Rotate. And then maybe walking the feet out a little bit wider, we're going to go into a little side to side motion. So you're welcome to stay low, keeping the hands on the ground. You can also make it a little bit more of a strengthening move by coming all the way down, taking the hands off, Getting a little length through the straightened leg, pushing side to side, or just staying in this low hip rock here. Okay, and then pushing through the ground, let's put the hands on the hips, and then we're just going to push the hips back as we push into the ground to stand back up. And we'll just walk the toes in, finish up with some ankles and calves, so leaning against the wall and pulling the toes up towards you, feeling that sensation in the front of the shins. And we're going to go through 10 of these, holding for about 3 to 5 seconds as you bring the toes up. Then we're going to move into the calf raises. So you're welcome to get a little at an incline. And we're going to work towards 12 to 15 calf raises. If you'd like, you can split these up between doing a few straight leg and then also doing a few with your knees maintaining a bent position. These are working two different muscles in our calf that are important to strengthening for running. As you have time, I would recommend 6 to 8 single leg. So just putting the foot behind and working into pressing evenly into all the toes with a big squeeze at the top of the calf. As you have a little bit more time, I recommend any kind of shaking, just getting some bouncing back and forth. You can do a little forward and back hopping, side to side. And then you're ready for your run.